going to be talking about some hot topics that people have on my channel. And one of them is, why don't you get a job, Tessie? That's clear. Why don't you get a job? And it's so old to hear this, because I've been hearing it all through my channel, and I'm going to explain something because I enjoy it. It's fun, and I think you'll find it very entertaining, especially my long-time subscribers. Also, I want to share with you another disclaimer or clarification or something like that, and I'm going to share that with you right off the bat because I share it in all of my videos. This is the money we are living off of. Living off of. This isn't the kind of money that we are earning. So let me get this clear to all of you. You know, I understand what you're going to say. You're going to say, well, Tessie, you explained it. They'll never get it. They don't want to get it or whatever. But I want to explain this one more time. When I say we're living off of $800 a month, when I say we are living under $14,000, we're not earning under $14,000. We're not earning under $800. We are earning a lot more than that. We are living this way purposely. We are living this way purposely in order to save money for retirement someday. And that is the difference. So there you go. It's not what we're making. It's what we're living off of. And we are living off of dirt cheap for a higher purpose. And about Homestead, Tessie, why don't you get a job? I got an answer for that too. Welcome to today's episode of Homestead Tessie. The squeaky wheel, and the squeaky wheel is the one that gets the attention. So you're driving down the highway and you got 4 tires and they're all going smoothly, and all of a sudden you hear this pop, 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 pop. It's the squeaky wheel, the wheel that gets the attention, because you know there's something wrong when you have that squeaky wheel. Well, the thing is, why don't you get a job? That's all it says. Why don't you get a job? And then some of them go even further and they'll say, why don't you get a job? And do you really think it's something that you should be boastful about, that you save money? Like, seriously, who does that? Saving money, you should be embarrassed. You should be ashamed. You should be ashamed of sharing that you live on such a frugal income. And I'm like, wait a minute. Like, wait a minute. So we're supposed to be not sharing that we live a frugal. Being frugal is an awful thing. Like, how in the world could we ever share something like that on YouTube for the world to see? The thing I want to say is, I know I don't need to explain all this, but I find it really fascinating and I enjoy sharing my life with all of you. So please don't comment saying you shouldn't share this or you don't need to. I like to. This is all part of my channel and talking about, you know, tightwad and being frugal. But first thing I want to say is, it's so interesting when they say, why don't you get a job? But yet, hello, they're watching me on YouTube. So let me make this clear. On YouTube, I am earning Social Security. So the government sees me as working. 2, I am paying taxes. So the government sees me as working. 3, I work full-time hours, about 10 hours a day. So I am working. And the other question is, why would I want to get a job outside of the home? I guess they're saying, because I have a job. So they're saying, well, get a job. And I'm thinking, well, why? It's not a Jeopardy question, you know, do, 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 do. I mean, why would I want to get an outside job? I'm working from home. I love being a tightwad. I love being frugal. I love being home. So that argument really never made any sense to me. So, you know, it's just interesting because I think people just don't know what to say, and they don't know how to say it because they don't know how to interact with somebody who lives happily on very little. Because like Dave Ramsey said, that when you are actually bringing out things in your life and you're showing contentment, you will have people that are jealous of that contentment. And more people are jealous when you live below your means than if you live rich, in my opinion. Because rich is something that money can buy. But when you live below your means, you are showing contentment and happiness without the price tag, and people just, if they're not living that way, they just don't understand it. They don't want to understand it. They don't want to sacrifice short-term for long-term benefits. So what are my long-term benefits? I'm sacrificing short-term now. I don't go and get my hair done, and most of you don't either that watch me. I don't go and get my nails done. I don't go to fancy places, but the benefits are I can stay at home and be with my husband. I can spend every single day, every single hour, every single year with my husband, and that's something that money can't buy, because the minute he's gone or I am gone, that's it. And so I am sacrificing the money part of it for things that have eternal value. Eternal value. So I could work outside of the home and work away and then not be with my husband, but because we live this way, we're able to do it. And it's not for everyone. So this is something not for everyone. This is something I desire, and a lot of you, my friends online, desire it as well. I'm not getting this done very well, and I have to get this cooking. This 70% off, and I paid $1, I think it says $1.30, $1.29 for this at the grocery store. So I'm using these up. I have some home canned ones, but my home canned ones last longer than this plastic. These in the cartons. So I want to use these up first. I'm cleaning out my pantries. This one here was 99 cents. So why don't you get a job? You know, I think that's something that is universal with a certain type of thinking, and everybody is different in their thinking. Not everyone is a positive type of person. So keep that in mind. So if you're talking to your friends and all of a sudden you have a lifestyle change and you're not spending money and they're wondering why you're not spending money, and they will say comments like that to you, you just got to remember that there are some people that no matter what, they're negative. And it's really sad, but that's how it is. And I think one other thing is, one thing I learned a lot, and I have not discussed this on my channel, is ruminating. Ruminating was something that I did for years. In fact, I did it my whole life and I didn't know what it was. So here is the example. You know, a cow has more than one stomach. And what it does is it eats, and then all day long it ruminates. It brings the food and it chews on it and keeps chewing on it. Well, people who have highly sensitive personalities, they can ruminate. In other words, if somebody says about not, why don't you get a job? You could think about it over and over all day long. Well, why would they say that? What in the world? And the thing is this, you're going to have them kind of people no matter what kind of lifestyle you live. There are people that watch my channel that are way above the middle income. They would be considered high income, but they love to save money. And so they're getting told other things like, why do you spend that? They're being told other things. And everybody has somebody that will say something negative or just to try to deflate that bubble that you have if you're happy. They will try no matter what to deflate that happiness in you. And so you just got to take it with a grain of salt, brush it off your shoulders, and move on and not worry about it. Because there's those kind of people in this whole world. There's just people that are, no matter what you do in life, you're going to have somebody that's going to have something to say about you or about the way you live, and they're always right? You know the kind of person, like, their way is always right. Isn't it so wonderful that a world is made up of hundreds and different and millions of kinds of people, that not everybody is like the people that are the really, really naysayers? Because I tell you what, I can't imagine walking one day in their shoes. Because I can guarantee you, if they are living that way and they are talking that way, they are not feeling good, they are not happy, and they are miserable people. And that is so sad. So why don't I get a job? I have a job. Why don't I want to get a job outside the home? Why would I? I have it all here. I don't need anything. I'm not in want of anything. And I realize now through all of this that there's so many wishes and wants, but your wants and your needs are like this. So my wants were way up here and my needs were down here, and now it's like this. My wants are way down here and my needs are like down here. So I'm kind of like really down here. important thing also is it's all about your background as well. You know, a lot of women, they grew up with their moms working full time. And so that was their lifestyle, and that's, you know, what they enjoy. I'm never against people working away from home because it needs to be done. We need to have people working away from home, and there's a lot of people who do not want to be home all the time. I think it's all about giving the choices, and the choices when we possibly can. And the choices are, I was always a stay-at-home mom. I never worked away from home. And we had 3 children. And I just learned to go to the thrift store to get my children's clothing. My children learned that things were not always new. They didn't buy everything that was always new. And they were happy with that. Now, the peer pressure is a little more now, I think, than it was back in the 80s. But who knows? There was peer pressure back then as well. It is something that it's a work in progress, because if you are a sensitive and highly sensitive person, it is hard to not think about these things all the time. So I've been doing a lot of mental exercises. So if I think about something that somebody said and it was just no reason for them to say it, I think about it and then I tell myself, okay, Tessie, don't think about it. That's just them. This is life. You got to be a big girl now. You got to, you know, not worry about all of those things. And it really helps me. So it's really helping me to realize that everybody has something. Everybody has something or someone that is just really rude to them. It's life. We have to get over it. And we have to continue our life, continue being a light in a very dark world, because unfortunately, darkness will always be there, but light will always shine brighter. Thanks so much for watching today's video and just spending a little time with me, and I guess helping me vent a little bit or just share a little bit intimate parts of my life. And I can't wait to share again tomorrow what we're doing. And I hope that you have a great evening. On Wednesdays and Fridays, I like to share with you certain thoughts and things that are going through my mind, and just want to encourage you today. It's all about encouragement, really. To be honest with you, every video of mine is a work of encouragement, just to let you know that you're not alone in your daily struggles, and we're in this together. Take care, everyone. We'll see you guys tomorrow.